So the past couple of weeks, it kind of been like a lot of players transferring out like at an alarming rate. But is that a testament to you, switching out your Louis bags for the Walmart bags?
Kids realize he's all about himself. And another one under that, it's all about Deion and they see it. But check this out. Coach Prime has just recently exposed the truth about why all these players are leaving. And this is another classic reason why I respect this man so much. He tells it how it is. Woo! Man, oh man, I hope y'all ready for another prime time video, because what I'm about to show you in this video, it made me drop my mouth. If y'all want me to be brutally honest, I'm just simply overwhelmed with everything currently going on in the past 48 hours with this program and team. It feels like it's all we've talked about the past couple of days, but yet it also feels like there's so much more stuff I gotta go over and cover. We haven't even covered half of it. Seems like every single time we post a video, there's a new major update. Yesterday, for example, we posted a video in the morning saying, hey, their star wide receiver, Montana Lamonius Craig, he's leaving. Next thing I know, I go to the store, come back 2 hours later, half the team's in the portal. We already talked all about that last night. If you haven't seen this video, I'll pop it up right here. You might want to watch it. It's 13 minutes long, but we go over pretty much everything. At least everything up to this point. If you don't want to check out that video, that's cool. I'll sum up a long story short. 17 players yesterday alone entered the portal. Yeah. Crazy. I'm not going to look it up because I'm just going to assume there's got to be some kind of record. But I want y'all to take a look at this number. We are now at 41 in total. Oh, wait. My bad. The newest update just came out an hour ago. That number from 41 has jumped up to 46. My apologies. You get the point. 41, 46, 50. Who cares? The team's being completely turned upside down. But here's what we're going to talk about in today's video. A lot of people are saying, I see it everywhere. People stating, oh, these kids, they're finally realizing that Coach Prime, he's all about himself. He's a narcissist. He's all about him. He's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. You get the point. You know what people are saying about him. But check this out. Coach Prime has just recently exposed the truth about why all these players are leaving. And this is another classic reason why I respect this man so much. He tells it how it is. He doesn't lie to you. He doesn't even give you coach talk. He just tells you straight up the truth. Now, whether you like that or not, of course, that's up to you, and that's okay. We're going to check all that out. It is safe to say you are not, and let me repeat this, you're not going to miss this video. All right, Matt, blah, 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 do all that nice stuff. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 300K. All right, Matt, blah, blah, shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So here's some of the comments where people are addressing all these guys leaving, and I thought it was interesting. I'll show you the first two I see right here, and I haven't even looked at these. I'm just scrolling through. Kids realize he's all about himself. And another one under that, it's all about Deion and they see it. Interesting. I ain't even gonna say too much about that, but check this one out. Prime dealing with a bunch of silver spoon-fed brats. This is a good thing. He is about a humble team that wants to bond together. Another comment right under that. Prime is purging all the brats out and going to build back up as one unit. Maybe his old school coaching doesn't fit with today's softy my way kids. Believe me, I know. You need to work on your commas too. You should have put a comma after kids. Under that, he's coaching and holding them accountable, and it goes on and on and on. That's a good sample size. There's not just thousands, but there's tens of thousands of comments. I would love to read them all, but I'm not going to do that. Next up, I'm going to show you this video clip, and I really like what this guy's got to say. I'm also going to give him a quick shout out. He actually knows what he's talking about, which is rare, by the way, nowadays. His name's Rico Knows on TikTok. He posts a lot of short form content, but I think it's valuable. I think it's good. I'm going to show you what he had to say. Matt wrote a clip. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, Matt forgot to give context. So basically, he's talking about how everybody's saying, oh yeah, this was brutal. It was a terrible day, and he's giving his take. All right, now Matt wrote a clip.
Today was a shaky day for Deion Sanders in Colorado football. Yesterday, Montana Lamonius.
I only got 1 minute. I don't follow this channel at all, but nah. Not a shaky day for Colorado. Not a shaky 48 hours. A very calculated 48 hours. If you count Chance Main when he departed mid-spring, there are 29 Colorado players in the portal right now. 29 from the spring section. And that's quite all right. Losing a recruit doesn't matter. People lose recruits all off season. Recruiting websites talk about it for months and months, if not years. Guys flip, top 6, top 8. I don't give a shit. None of that has any bearing on what's going to happen on the field. Half those recruits sign, show up, they're added depth, then they hit the transfer portal after 1 or 2 years. If you're looking at the 2 deep, Colorado has lost about 5 guys from the current 2 deep. They're all very replaceable. But of the 39 guys that have left that 1-11 team, not a single one of them impacts the win total or the projected win total of next season. And now Coach Prime just needs a bunch of scholarships available for his post-high school graduate tryouts. That's for JUCOs and transfer portal players.
I'm going to say it again. Much love, much respect to this Rico Knows guy. Go shoot him a follow if you got TikTok and you're on there a lot. And this is just one of his videos. He's had about 5, 6, 7 videos where I've watched. And I'm like, dang, this guy, he knows football. And what I like about him the most is he provides facts and evidence with all of his claims, just like he did in that video. He showed you, hey, Coach Prime's got this camp coming up. He's going to pick up some players there. And he also told you, hey, yeah, a bunch of guys left, what'd he say, 29 or something when he made that video, but only about 5 of them played. He didn't just sit up here and say, no, I don't think it's a big deal. He actually explained why it's not, so I respect that. And it goes back to the Montana Lamonius Craig thing we talked about. He's leaving because he's not going to start. He's not going to play. I've said it before, but I do want to make this clear. I talked to a lot of these college football guys. I've talked to a lot of guys in the portal. 99.9% of the players that enter the portal is because they're not playing. They want to go to a school where they got an opportunity to start or play a lot. It's as simple as that. So yes, Colorado is losing half their team, but half of those guys either A, didn't play, or B, they weren't going to play this year. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Just like Rico said, only about 5 of them played, and even those guys aren't meaningful enough to change the win-loss column. To be honest, the only guy I would freak out, absolutely freak out about if he left is either Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter, and that ain't gonna happen. I mean, seriously, you can just mark that down. That won't happen. But let's get to move on. I want to show you this next video clip where one of Colorado's defensive linemen said, hey, I know it's not going good. We got people leaving. They only had 4 defensive linemen. He talked about that, and then Deion Sanders explained, and he exposed the truth about why these guys are leaving. You know the drill. Matt wrote a clip.
We're going to have people leave. You know, it's only 4 of us, but that don't matter. We still got to practice harder. We still got to play harder. Tomorrow, that's what we're going to do. We're going to dominate.
So the past couple of weeks, it kind of been like a lot of players transferring out like at an alarming rate. But is that a testament to you, you know, switching out your Louis bags for the Walmart bags?
Hold on. He said the Louis bag for the Walmart. All right, let's get move on.
I didn't kick him out. They want that.
Do you expect more players to come after this whole recruiting process in the spring game?
We got to make some decisions. I didn't kick him out. They want that.
Whew, man, I ran it back for y'all twice. You heard them. I didn't kick them out. They walked out. Interesting. What do y'all think about that? Because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, Coach Prime, he's making these kids leave to make room for the Louis. Just like that reporter said, hey, Coach Prime, are you switching out the Walmart bags, which is in reference to the current Colorado players, for the new guys coming in, which is the Louis? And Coach Prime didn't hesitate a single bit. He told them the truth. I didn't make them leave. They walked out. And you want to know something? I believe him. I have no reason not to believe this guy because he hasn't lied to us yet. Remember at Jackson State? He would try telling us and warning us all the corruption going on there, and nobody believed him. News come out, oh yeah, Jackson State's corrupt, and everybody's like, oh, well, I didn't see this coming. What do you mean Deion Sanders was trying to tell us it for over a year? Coach Prime has no reason to lie, and he reminds me of an old school head coach, but the way he acts, it does fit in with the new style, if that makes sense. Okay, that kind of sounded stupid. What's a better way to explain this? Deion Sanders has that old school mentality, but he mixes it in with the new and modern age. I hope that makes sense. The comments on that video were going crazy. Look at this one. Kids nowadays have little work ethic and passion. We had to earn playing time. I agree 10,000%. I think kids nowadays, they don't just lack passion, I think they're lazy. And I'm 23 years old, so I have a good idea of how people my age think. And heck, I'm even younger than some people currently playing in college. Stetson Bennett, by the way, but that's a different conversation for a different day. I would consider myself a hard worker in anything and everything I do in my life. But I will say this much. I think people who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and on up, they work 10 times harder than people that are currently now in their, teenage years, 20s or 30s. I really do. My grandma and granddad were some of the hardest working people I knew. They were always about hard work in anything and everything they did. It didn't matter if it was work, cutting the grass, weed eating, checking the mail. It didn't matter what they did, cooking, cleaning, they were hardworking. And I also come to find out most people around that age, whenever something bad happened to them, they didn't run away. They faced all their problems head on. And I would like to say for the most part, most people I've encountered in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and on up, They do have better morals than the younger generation. They do have more integrity. They are harder working. It is what it is. Because when they were growing up, there wasn't any of this Wi-Fi. There wasn't any of this watching TV 24/7. There wasn't Netflix. There wasn't none of this stuff that makes us lazy. In 2023, we can now have instant gratification. We can now get dopamine effects. What do most people do as soon as they wake up? They check their phone and scroll on it for 10, 15 minutes. I'm victim to it myself. Back in the day, if you was having a bad day, what did people do? They went outside. That was the only thing you could do. That's how you had fun. Back in the day, if somebody had a problem, what did they do? They fixed it head on. They didn't run. They didn't hide from it. They didn't lock themselves in a house and watch TV for 2 or 3 days straight eating ice cream. Back in the day, if you didn't win that starting quarterback, running back, or linebacker position, what did people do? They fought for it. They worked harder. I think you get my point. I don't need to continue to give you examples. Kids nowadays, it's plain and simple. You can argue with a brick wall. They want instant gratification. They don't want to be told no. That's the new norm. It's the new reality in 2023, unfortunately. For better or for worse, that's how it is. Now, getting back on track here with Deion Sanders, he also said this. We don't weed anyone out. They weed themselves out. We don't make them quit. They quit. What do y'all think about that? And also remember, I'm going to try to find the quote and pop it up right here. Remember, before he even got there, he stated, okay, I got to pull it up. Here's what he stated, quote unquote. When I get there, this is before he even got to Colorado, is going to be changed. So I want y'all to get ready to go ahead and jump in that portal and do whatever you're going to get. Because the more you jump into the portal, the more room you make, because we bring in kids that are smart and tough. Well, going back to this, like I told you a few minutes ago, he doesn't lie. What he said months ago, it's came true. I think it's relatively simple. These kids, these 46 players that have entered the transfer portal, they're leaving for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. Reason number 1, they're weak-minded. Reason number 2, they want to play. Whoa. Hold on. Before you run to the comments and say, Matt, why are you criticizing them like that? Why are you calling them weak-minded and this and that? I'd probably be the same way. I'm not blaming these kids. This is a business decision. Think about it. I really want you to think about it. Why would you risk staying at Colorado knowing dang well more than likely you're not going to win the job when you could enter the portal, go to a lesser D1 school, maybe go D2, JUCO, whatever, and be the star player, the star wide receiver? I can't speak for y'all, but me personally, that's the route I would choose. If I knew I wasn't going to play, yeah, I'd enter the portal. I'd much rather start and play on a team that maybe isn't as good as Colorado than play for Colorado and sit the bench and never play. So as far as it goes for comments like this saying, hey, these kids are leaving because it's all about Deion, well, here's my counter argument. Maybe, and just a maybe, have you thought about this? Maybe the kids are leaving because they're all about themselves. Think about it. And hey, I want to remind you, I'm not mad at them. You got to be selfish in this life. You got to look out for you, because if you don't, nobody else will. Let me know your thoughts down below, but Billy!